Good evening, everybody. It's the 47th annual John Reimann Invitational. John Conley here for the Edina Hockey Association presentation at Championship Sunday. It's a great championship game we've got lined up involving the Edina Junior Gold B against the junior varsity from York, Illinois. Always great when you have out-of-town teams here in the Edina tournaments. I remember once a team came from Sweden back in the day. Shot comes in, kicked aside by goaltender Sullivan. Forechecking is Griffin Hayes. And the puck pushed out to the neutral zone. Wedham Swartzen in pursuit. Penalty upcoming, making his way to the bench is goaltender Alex Pasternak. Right when he gets there, the holding call goes against Edina, and it's going to be a power play for York. Early on, we're just 2 minutes in. Headed off for Edina is William Frankenstein Carlson. William Frankenstein Carlson heads off. Face-off coming to the right of goaltender Sullivan. Ben Slaney in the spot. And the other way, I've got a lot of names here on this York roster, so I want to make sure I get everybody's name right. I think that's Andrew Pettarelli. Retreating back, Sean O'Leary curls to his forehand, skates up ice in front of the benches, makes a pass over, and this puck gets snapped down deep. Circling out, Slaney, unable to clear. Wrap stuff attempt from O'Leary. He's greeted in the corner by Smith. There's a deflection right in front of the goal by Keaton Nix. Redirected at Sean Sullivan. Makes the save and gets the cover. A nice stoppage for him. 12 minutes, 2 seconds to go. We're going to play 3 15-minute periods. Jaworski in the spot. 12:02 to go. We're 3 minutes deep. Still scoreless. We're going to play 3 15-minute periods. Resurface after the second. Face-off controlled. Nix plays this back to the point. It's Joseph Galwas. 2 passes later, and it's brought into the zone by Pettarelli. Back for Galwas. Down for Pettarelli. It gets past him for Nix. Out top, Galwas with a shot that gets knocked down. Pretty balanced scoring attack here for York. They reached the championship game after 4 goals. A lot of players with 1, a lot of players with 2, nobody with 3 goals. On the other hand, for Edina, it's been a little imbalance. Irke, Keating, 3 goals each, 2 goals for the defenders, Smith and Einhorn, but 8 for Connor Knowles. He's had the hot hand in the tournament. This puck is sent the length of the ice. That should kill most of what's left. 15 seconds remaining in the penalty. Galwas. He turns up ice. Plays over in front of the bench. Pass to Brown, who gains the zone. And now in on the forecheck is Schaefer. Ridden off the puck by Keating. Smith chips it to the blue line out. Shot comes in. Knocked down in traffic. Cleared to the blue line. And now this shot hits the back wall. Hayes, short pass. Frankenstein Carlson for Edina. Heads off. Little shift change. And on the counterattack, here comes York. Pass comes in light for Evers behind him. Circling is Ryan Cahill. Goes back by, it actually might be Anthony Perotti. He's got a jersey tuck, but I believe that's 46. Foot race. Sullivan decides not to play it. It will not be icing. The puck was centered by York. All the way down. 5 minutes into the game, still scoreless. Breakout opportunity for Charles Malcolm. You know what's coming. If you've ever heard me announce a game, you know what's coming. And the puck is pushed over to the sidewall by Sullivan. Stepping in for the steal, turning up ice, Frankenstein Carlson. Puck played by Einhorn. Einhorn gets it flat. Turns to his forehand, plays his defensive partner, and headed up ice, Frankenstein Carlson. Max Dahl. Einhorn skates till he loses it on the counterattack. Here comes Brown. Sanfilippo. He gets knocked down. Sanfilippo has the puck bounce back to him, however, plays it on the bounce, stepping up under it, and then a shot. Oh, right there for the rebound. Kenneth Galwas. We've got two Galwas. The Galwai, they call them on this team. It is Joseph, number 26, Kenneth, number 28. We'll come back to that. Puck cleared out to the neutral zone, retreating back into his end for Edina. Pass made by Smith. York, short pass over to Brown. Puck down into the corner, retreating. Smith pushes it along the wall. A little too far for Slaney. Smith gets one more crack at it, plays a pass on the bounce, right-hand side, Wenham Swartzen. Puck bounces back to Wenham Swartzen. Erke had it for a moment. Puck cleared out to the neutral zone. Nix. Good job on the forecheck by Erke. Forces him back behind their own goal. York turns up ice. Pass rink wide. Zone entry. Everybody's on side. Puck bounces over to the sidewall. Where it's played by Pettarelli. Cleared by Sargent. Back behind his goal line, Joseph Galwas. He drifted away, let his partner play it. Next pass did not connect. This is Parati. Over for Joseph. Snaps a pass into the neutral zone. Turning around the defender. A nice pass there for the finish. Huge save made by Sullivan's blocker. It's a pass made to Nix. Forechecking down into the corner is Andrew Chorski. Shot from the blue line. Sargent, that gets through. It's 1-0. Edina on top. Sargent's pointing to Chorski. I don't know if there's an assist there. Shot might have been tipped, but we do know Edina has taken a 1-0 lead here in the championship game. Paul Sargent gets credit for that one with an assist to Roman Hinnenkamp. 5 from 8. Sargent from Hinnenkamp. Sargent from Hinnenkamp, and Edina's on top 1-0. That goal comes 8 minutes and 40 seconds into this opening session. A board battle. Waiting for the puck to pop out. This one's chipped, hits the linesman, gets knocked down. 1 referee, 2 linesman system, in case you're curious. Cross-ice pass was stolen in on the forecheck. I believe that's Decker. On retreat. Frankenstein Carlson, stretch pass. Up ahead for Chorsky. Five minutes to go. There's a shot that comes in, steered aside by Sullivan. Board battle, waiting for the puck to pop out. This is Einhorn. Einhorn skated into the York player who submarined him. Oh, and then headed off. I think they've called a second penalty against Edina that might negate the power play time they were scheduled to get. John Mafia goes off, and it looks like Carson Peacock going off. And it looks like we might play 5-on-5. Shots on goal so far, 5-2 favoring York. We're going to skate 5-on-5. This puck is sent the length of the ice. Icing call, and I think that's pretty common. I see that happen a lot. You get a penalty called, and a team icing the puck. They don't realize all the time there might have been two penalties offsetting. Slaney into the face-off spot for Edina. York pinned back in their own end for now. They'll try to win the draw and clear the zone. They do manage to do just that, gaining the red line. A little, big hit. Getting dropped. Lococo. Now he sets up as a net front flanking. Headed up ice is Smith, however. He loses his footing, and the puck turns over, and here comes York. It's a shot. Oh, denied. Joseph Galwas came in. And I think they might have called it too many men here on somebody. But earlier I was saying I'll use last names when I announce a hockey game. And there are two Galwas brothers, or Galwas. I guess I don't know that they're related, but it's a safe assumption. The Galwai, they call them. And they'll be known by their first names. Joseph, wearing number 79. Kenneth, wearing number 58. Penalty call, I believe it was a too many men call. Serving that is Oscar Sternberg. Bench minor for too many men, my suspicion. Knowles clears to the blue line, but not out. And Knowles steps out, trying to get into the shooting lane. This is Nix. He plays Pettarelli, who circles back behind the goal. Pettarelli plays it out top to the blue line. Nix works his way across the top of the circle. This is Nix. Back to the blue line. Pirati holds. Knowles, however, gets his stick on it, gives it an Elk Boys full send. Half of the 2-minute minor has been killed. 3 minutes to go here in period one. York with the power play, trying to fight to crawl back and tie the game. .30 seconds to go on the man advantage for York. Shot goes wide. By Sullivan. Out to the blue line, 5 seconds to go on the York power play. Jaworski out. He was in the shooting path. Forced the pass down to Schaefer. Now they break it out to Jaworski on the left-hand wall. Pucked up ahead, and Sternberg gets stick on it. Little quick pull trigger gives it a full send. That's an icing call. Going to face off back to Sullivan's left. Face-off played to Frankenstein Carlson. He kicks it along the boards, runs into some static, however. Now it's out to the blue line. It's a shot that comes in. Blocker pad saves Sullivan. He pushes it over to the side wall. Touch pass over to Peacock, the centerman. He pushes it down to the back wall where he's greeted by Charles Malcolm. A little blind spot there for me. I'll wait the puck to pop out. Eventually it does. And snap the up onto the Edina bench. He tried to snap it down the boards, length of the ice. Instead, he fires it down to the Edina bench. And we have a stoppage with 1 minute and 10 seconds to go here in the opening period. Smith heads up ice. Edina wraps a pass, trying to break out over through Peacock. He pushes it outside the zone. It gets deflected. It's not going to make it down for an icing call. And at the neutral zone, gathered up by Smith. He chips it down along the boards in front of the penalty box. This one gets past the intended target, Nolan Erke, and goes down for an icing call. 19 seconds remaining here in the opening session. York's had a lot of pressure. We've seen some good goaltending on display from Sullivan. They do have the better of their shot count. I believe it's a 6-2. Got 2 shots on goal, but 1 got through. There's a jam right in front of the goal. Pettarelli. He gets dropped. 5 seconds to go. To the blue line and out. That'll do it for the opening period. The score at the end of 1, Edina 1, York 0. This is John Connolly here for the Edina Hockey Association presentation of Championship Sunday at the 47th John Reimann Invitational. Be right back with second period action in about 1 minute. And we're back with second period action. Teams have switched ends. Zone entry here for Edina. The puck's pushed down into the corner. It's Perotti defending. Circling, Knowles plays Chorsky. Chorsky out of the corner, rips this one in the direction of the defender, but Hayes steps in on it. Knocked down Knowles. Chorsky trying to split the defenders. Malcolm plays a pass up the left-hand side for Evers. This is Malcolm. Good job finding the open man. He plays it up the right-hand side for Schaefer. To the blue line, where a slap shot comes in from Perotti and a nice save made. How many times have I said that today from Sullivan? Neutral zone regroup here for York. Left-hand side over for Lesser. Oh, good job stepping into the passing lane from Pettarelli. Now Pettarelli is down into the corner. And we're tied. There's a scrum in front of the goal. You figured it's just a matter of time before one of the York players got a stick on it. He does, and we are now tied. Trying to get you a number on the goal score. We've got a camera center ice mounted. I, however, am down at the other end of the rink. I would have had a good vantage point on that one if it was first period, but I'm at the other end. So hard for me to see that one. It's Mitch Fafinski, number 74, scoring for York. Shots on goal, 9-2, favoring York. He has had a lot of trouble.
Scoring for York, Illinois. Number 74, Mitch Fafinski.
Fafinski unassisted, and we're tied.
127 in the first period.
Quick breakout off the draw for Edina, and they pass this over to Decker. He fights his way down into the corner with O'Leary, Decker, and the puck picked up by a circling Pettarelli. Makes a pass over. That's Malcolm taking it up the middle. Oh, you knew it was coming. Yeah, you just heard me announce hockey game. Knew I wouldn't let that one go. That was just too easy. On the counterattack, here comes Edina. This is Malcolm challenged defensively. They get around him. And a backhand shot. Puck in the slot. Good rush for Einhorn. This is Decker out of corner. Puck stolen by Perotti. This is knocked down. Couldn't clear. Zone held. Knowles puts on the brakes. Working out of the corner. Knowles doing a pretty good job, but eventually Perotti pokes the puck away from him. Quickly, sent the length of the ice. Icing call against York. And we got a face-off coming to the right of Pasternak. I might be butchering that. Pasternak. Turning up ice is Perotti. Chips this one in front of Ender for Kawas, who gets smoked, but has a penalty elbowing the call. Edina going to be shorthanded. It is a York power play. So York goes on the power play. Draw one, however, by Edina, and they send the puck outside the zone. Smith flagged for an elbow. And a stoppage. Shots on goal, 10-2, starting to add up here for York. We had an interesting game that preceded this, the 16 level. And Duluth had a 5-2 lead late. Empty netter made it 5-2 with under 3 minutes to go. They were getting outshot about 2-1 and ended up losing in a shootout. Crazy finish. The team that was trailing took a minor penalty with less than 2 minutes to go and still scored 2 shorthanded goals to force overtime. So puck gets deflected into the corner. So I guess you never know, but if you've just seen the zone time, you'd have to think this one is certainly favoring York. Spending a lot of time in the attacking end. Puck spits out, and circling is Ben Slaney. He gives this a full send. Behind the goal. Pastercatch leaves it for Brown. Brown circles, makes a pass, intended target Joseph. A little too far for him. Puck comes back to Joseph. He makes one pass into the slot area, and a shot from Fafinski doesn't miss by much. Just an absolutely gorgeous sweater here for York. In case you can't quite make out the colors, it's green and white, but there is a black tail and a black elbow stripe. So it's not a two-color, but it's close. And I like that simple, that logo, just the Y on the chest. That's a beautiful, beautiful jersey. And after the last game, I appreciate having a light number on a dark jersey. We have the dreaded dark on dark. Never good for the announcer. That elbowing penalty against Hayden Smith has been killed. Edina back in their end with 9 minutes, 38 seconds to go. In period 2, face-off back to the wall for Einhorn. There's a pass that misses the target a little bit too far and goes the length of the ice. O'Leary arrives just after it crosses the line, icing the call. We're going to take it all the way back into the Edina end. We have a stoppage for another penalty, roughing the call. This is going to go against an Edina player, and it's York going back on the power play. Headed off for the rough, Nolan Irke. Nope, I'm sorry, it's 18, not 10. It's William Frankenstein Carlson. That heads off. Puck played back to the blue line. Push down from Parati. Parati goes D to D. Over for O'Leary. There's a shot. This one's deflected up and out of play. Stoppage with 9 minutes to go, period 2. Both of these teams reached the championship game with a 4-0 record. The heavyweights of this division. Played out top for O'Leary. He pushes it down into the corner. Nix, they work the perimeter. Now it's out on the right-hand point for Parati. Puck fired the length of the ice. Actually comes in on goal. Pasterkak. Little D-to-D. O'Leary. Plays it back for Parati. Parati O'Leary. He gains the red line. Gains the blue line. Trolls down into the corner. Centering pass. Nobody home. That hits the sidewall. Edina unable to clear. Great job holding the zone from defender Parati. Stoppage with 8:08 to go. Coming up on the game's midpoint, we play 3 15-minute periods. We've got 8:08 to go in period 2. It's a shot that gets knocked down and Trevor. Oh, over on the back door. Great scoring chance for Hayes. Somehow the puck stays out of the net. Great job in goal by Sullivan. Face off to Sullivan's left. Down into the corner heads Hayes. Brown throws it down for Schaefer. Shot, save, cover, Sullivan. Another stoppage with 7:43 to go in period 2. Down in the corner, Connor Knowles. He's been relatively quiet this game. He had 8 goals in their 4 games reaching the championship game. Edina with just 2 shots to goal so far. It's been all York as far as the zone time, but Edina did score first. Shot, save, cover. Play resumes, 7:15 to go. They work it up the right-hand side. This is Decker. He can't clear, however. Second time's a charm. The breakout for Edina. Oh, shot gets knocked down. Knocked up and out of play in traffic. Hits the back netting. We have a stoppage. Whistle, 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 whistle. A lot of whistles all of a sudden. Shots on goal, 15-3, favoring York. Into the spot. Glorioso taking the draw against Hinnenkamp. Stalemate face-off. Puck just sitting there on the spot. Eventually pushed over to the sidewall. Big hit laid by Peacock. Peacock comes out with it. Can't get too far, however. Somebody got a stick around that ankle. No call. Play continues. Broken out to Glorioso. He gains the zone but loses possession. Out at the neutral zone. Bouncing puck settled. Onto the stick of Decker. He takes it. Decker follows his own rebound. It's a fluke goal, but it counts. Edina leads 2-1. Let me see if I can describe what happened there. There was an initial shot from Decker. The puck hits the pads of Pasterkak. Kicks out. It hit Decker in the shin guard and wound up in the corner of the net. Edina now leads 2-1 with 6:37 to go. Dave Terwilliger in the house watching every minute of it. We got 6 minutes, 37 seconds to go. Period 2. Francesco Sanfilippo, center ice face-off spot.
Scoring for the Edina Hornets, number 6, Charles Decker.
That one goes in the book. 6 from 8, Decker from Hiddenkamp. First one was Sargent from Hiddenkamp. And Edina has regained the lead despite having almost no zone time over 2 periods. Puck pushed over to the sidewall. And bouncing puck slid. Oh, there's a shot that gets through. And Sullivan able to adjust, make the save, and get the cover. 6 minutes and 3 seconds remaining. Back to the action. Edina with the zone. Working his way down into the corner is Chorsky. Chorsky, in great puck protection using that long reach. Loses it, however. Stolen by Nix. Pass over to Sanfilippo. He gains the red line, gains the blue line, chips it in on goal. Quick save and a cover. We've got 5 minutes to go. There's a backhand shot that comes in from Hiddenkamp. Saved by Pasternak. Oh, there's a shot. Pasternak makes the save. That one comes in. Another save by Pasternak, and the puck is played by Chorsky. Over to the sidewall for Irke. Back for Chorsky. Back to Irke for the finish. Oh, puck poked away by O'Leary. Huge defensive play by him. Puck pushed into the corner. That is O'Leary. Oh, it got underneath the skate out at the blue line. Trying to hold the zone was Sargent. And another shot comes in into the mitt. Save made by Sullivan. We're at 4 minutes to go, second period. Smith, he turns up ice. There's a shot that comes into the mitt. Ben Slaney with a good scoring chance, and Pasternak got the glove up. That was tracking top corner before he grabbed it. Into the face-off spot. Hayes and Slaney. Draw one by York. Right-hand side is Schaefer. He pushes it down to the corner. Retreating is Frankenstein Carlson. And a penalty called. Penalty called. It's going to go against Edina and lead us to another York power play. It is an interference call.
Offense number 7, Carson Peacock. 2 minutes for interference.
Peacock goes off for interference. We're inside of 3 minutes to go in the period. And York working on the power play. Shot save cover Sullivan. And he's got a stoppage with 3 minutes, 1 second to go. Minute and a half to go in the power play. York with the zone. They work the passes around the perimeter, playing it out top. Brown shot. Oh, save and a cover by Sullivan. 2 minutes 40 to go, period 2. 1 minute 21 seconds on that penalty time. Short-handed scoring chance. Chorsky tries to go 5-0, and it's a huge save made by Pasternak. Brown, right-hand side. This puck gets knocked down and then sent the length of the ice. Edina doing a good job killing this penalty off. Chorsky, he's not going to race for it. He's going to wait. He's going to let Parati get there first and then steal the pass. Centering pass, Chorsky, it's up under the bar for Knowles. Knowles from Chorsky. Short-handed, and Edina takes a 3-1 lead.
How did Ella take it?
This has been a game that has territorially been dominated by York. There's just no question about it. There's no way to sugarcoat this for Edina. They've spent way too much time in their own end. But here we are with 2 minutes to go in the second period, and Edina's got a 3-1 lead. That short-handed goal from Knowles with an assist to Chorsky. Really kind of a shocker, right? If you're watching this game thinking about York, you're like, this team's played pretty well. Down 2-1, it's just a matter of time before they tie it. Now they find themselves down 2. And the next goal is critical if they fall down 3. Oh, they answer right back. Rebound on the doorstep. I think it might be Griffin Hayes. There was a shot that came in. Sullivan made the save, and as he went for the pounce, that stick comes in, knocking it in just behind him. For York, the goal may be credited to William Lesser. I don't know. Hayes is saying I had it. I'm not sure. We'll just wait till that one gets put up on the board. And it is now 3-2. Edina leading York. So they gave it to Lesser. I'm guessing maybe an assist then. So Knowles from Chorsky, shorthanded. And this one is Lesser from Joseph Galwas and Hayes. 3 from 79 and 29. Yeah. It might be Loser, Lesser. I've seen that pronounced Lesser. We've got 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go in the middle period. Edina at the neutral zone, trying zone entry. And the puck pushed on the counterattack. Up ice. Here comes Mafia. Penalty coming up against Edina. 50 seconds to go. Tripping the call. So if there's not a goal scored, there'll be an overhanging penalty situation into period 3. Face-off push down to the back wall. Board battle ensues. Nobody's really got possession yet. I don't know. It tracks face-offs one at levels like the NHL. I don't know how you. Nobody's still controlled the face-off. I don't know who had possession. Eventually, it's won by the power play team. York shot, and the goaltender got knocked into the net. That's got to be a penalty. Going to be a penalty for interference with the goaltender. It is, yes, interference, the call. That will negate the power play time for the next minute and 38. We will be 4-on-4, and then a short miniature truncated penalty for Edina on the back end of that, barring any more whistles. Going off for interference against the goaltender of all people. Charles Malcolm. And who was once Malcolm in the middle on that rush to start this period. He's now Malcolm in the box. I'm going to have to start using Jack in the box when we get a penalty against a player named Jack Sanfilippo in the face-off spot. Knowles the other way, 4-on-4 for the next minute 38. We've got 25 seconds to go in the second period. O'Leary lofts this one out to the neutral zone. Puck is played onto the stick of Einhorn. Zone entry, left-hand side, Chorsky. Oh, puck. I thought you were going to see Galwas Kenneth go off to the races. It's going to do it. Period 2 in the books. We're going to resurface when we come back. 4-on-4 for the next 70 seconds. Through 2 periods, it is York 2, Edina 3. And we are back for third period action. My apologies. I'm watching the live feed in another room and didn't realize there's about a several minute lag. So they started without me. My apologies. We're a minute deep. Edina is killing. Well, they have killed theirs. And now York is killing the last couple seconds. We started this period 4-on-4. Picked up on the bounce by Smith. He turns up ice. Plays a pass off the bounce. Neutral zone. Little chip from Knowles. Works behind the defender but loses possession. And all the way down to the back wall is O'Leary. Shots on goal for this game, in case you're curious. 21-12 favoring York. At one point it was 12-3. Edina's played a little bit better since then. And at one point had a 3-1 lead. They now lead 3-2. Centering pass. Oh, wrap stuff attempt denied. I think he hit the side of the goal when he tried to bring it around the post and stuff it. Puck down into the corner, picked up by Knowles. Out on the blue line is Einhorn. Instead, he pokes it down to the corner for Chorsky. Puck chipped. And grabbed by Einhorn. He puts on the brakes and pulls it around the forechecker. Nice job keeping it away from Evers. Went cross ice with a little too far for the target. Goes all the way down on the bounce. Icing the call. Face off to Sullivan's left. 12-19. Whoops, sorry about that. Face off to Sullivan's right. 12-19 to go. Puck bounces around and is picked up, taken outside the zone by Hinnenkamp. Down low, Erke. And the puck played out into the neutral zone. Comes in on goal. Sullivan pokes that over into the corner where it's a breakout opportunity for Smith. He turns up ice. Short pass onto the tape. Hinnenkamp through neutral. Gains the attacking third. Spins over to his forehand. Gets down to the end line. In front of the goal. Going for the finish, but save made by Pasterkach. And we've got a stoppage with 11:24 to go here in period 3. My name is John Connolly here. It is the 47th annual John Reimann Invitational. I played in this tournament when I was this age, and the tournament is still going strong today. Our action is brought to you free of charge by the Edina Hockey Association. Always a pleasure to get behind the Championship Sunday game microphone here. Love seeing these games. From the press box in the Hornets' nest. Turning back behind his goal is Einhorn. He can't quite break out. Strong on the forecheck is Glorioso. To the blue line, not out. This shot comes in, steered aside. Sullivan, second save. Puck out into the slot area. Pass over to Mafia. And turning up ice, Peacock. Peacock on his forehand. Trying to work his way through traffic. Back is O'Leary. Oh, big hit along the boards. Einhorn plays a pass on the bounce. Gaining the red line and dumping it down deep is Peacock. Get that level back. I probably need to turn the level up a little bit louder. Apologies if it was quiet. Entering the zone, right-hand side. Brown plays back to the blue line. Shot gets knocked down in traffic. York centering pass. That one goes right through the slot area and underneath the stick of Sanfilippo. Out of the corner, Kenneth Galwis. Puck is sent along the boards by Einhorn. Puck bobbles around. Knowles tries to clear. Chorsky the target. They get it out to the neutral zone. Now trying to regain possession. A lot of pressure being applied by Parati. Steered to the side by Pasternak. Cross ice pass. And now zone entry. Drop pass is thwarted, stolen, and chipped out to the neutral zone by Hinnenkamp. Regrouping Malcolm. 2 passes later, and it's onto the stick. Pettorelli. Zone entry offsides the call. 8 minutes, 32 seconds to go. No goals this period. Edina still clinging to a 3-2 lead. Shots on goal thus far. 23-13, favoring York. The Edina Association, the host for this tournament. They'd love nothing more than to send the York junior varsity on a road trip with no championship trophy. They'd love to send them packing with the runner-up. On the flip, York says this is a business trip. We're taking home the hardware. They trail by a goal. Chorsky turns up ice. 8 minutes to go. Period 3. Can't chip it around the defender. Tries a pass back to the blue line for Smith, and now it's poked behind him. Rush for Pettorelli. Swings into the corner. Circles. Fights off a check from Sargent. Pettorelli can't quite get the puck away, and a breakout for Sargent all the way down. Icing the call. 7 minutes, 39 seconds to go. We've hit the midpoint of the final period, the final half of the third, if you will. Oh, puck went right past Frankenstein Carlson. And turning up ice is Einhorn with the rush. He swings wide. Einhorn looking for someone to pass to. Turns and fires, trying to leave a rebound there. Wenham Swartzen on the doorstep. Wenham Swartzen out of the corner. Board battling, helped by Slaney. 7 minutes to go. Zone entry, Schaefer. Pass by Evers into the slot, doesn't connect. On the counterattack, here comes Wenham Swartzen. Puck poked away from him. Turning in the attacking end is Hayes, but it's poked away again, and now Wenham Swartzen sends it to the end wall. Working on the forecheck. They force York to wrap a couple passes. Next one does not connect. They say it was tipped. I didn't see a tip. They say no icing. Play continues. Pass from Smith. Throws it on the boards for Sargent. He goes up ice. This one's played with a high stick, but it goes for an icing, and that's either way going to be a face-off down in the Edina end to Sullivan's left. Puck is pushed out. Circling back, O'Leary. Zone entry for Smith. Wrap pass played by Parati. Goes back the other way with it and trying to stretch someone behind enemy lines. You wondered how long they were going to play straight. With 5.5 to go, they were trying to spring Lococo, going vertical, trying to get him behind those Edina defenders. They still trail by a goal despite having a lot of zone time and a lot of scoring chances. Zone entry, Brown swings wide. Great job defensively. Sargent got a stick on it. Puck pushed over. Smith tries to break out. Back behind the goal. Nice job sealing him off and winning possession by Knowles. He clears it to neutral. This puck hits the side glass and comes back in, and it's pushed to neutral by Smith. On retreat, they wave off icing. All the way back behind his own goal is Parati. Throws in the corner for Malcolm. 2 passes later, and York working the neutral zone. On the zone entry, however, it's stolen and pushed out by Frankenstein Carlson. Behind the goal held Joseph Galwas. Right-hand side for Brown. Oh, right when he went to dump the puck, Sanfilippo was caught by a back-checking Oscar Sternberg. Got a stick on his stick and managed to make it impossible for them to get the puck in deep. Picked up on the bounce. Head of steam. Chorsky comes in. Left-hand shot. Fires. Save. Pasternak, and that keeps it 3-2 game with 4 minutes and 6 seconds to go. Folks, what do you know? All of a sudden, 11 minutes have melted off that clock. They once trailed 3-1. They got a goal right at the end of the second period. Felt like maybe York was just moments away from tying it. Period started 4-on-4, and here we are. We're in the game's latter stages. And Edina still holding that 3-2 lead, icing the call. Face off back in. The York end, we've dipped under 4. I just want to say thanks for spending your time with us. I've enjoyed these games this afternoon. The first one of the wildest hockey games I've ever seen. And now in the nightcap, a fitting championship game. Both these teams entered 4-0, and they've given us a very entertaining, tightly contested hockey game. Retreating O'Leary can't connect on the breakout, and a pass out in front for Edina goes through the goal mouth, bounces around, and now breakout for York into the neutral zone and the attacking third. Shot deflects up and out of play. We've got a stoppage, 3-3-7 on the board. Knowles in the face-off circle. He gets tossed. Took a little swat at the stick of Pettarelli. Pettarelli looks at the linesman, and sure enough, they throw him out of the circle. Turning up ice is Sargent. Plays a pass up, left-hand side. Erke. Zone entry, but he stood up. Loses the puck, and on the counterattack, here comes York. Great play at the blue line by Smith. His poke check prevents zone entry. Over in front of the benches, right-hand side. Wenham Swartzen unable to keep the zone. Now Edina retreats back into their own end. They don't need to score. They just need to run 3 minutes off the clock. Good job on the forecheck by Pettarelli. Now kept in at the blue line. Shot comes in from Hayes. Oh, I'm sorry, that's 79. Joseph Galwas across the blue line. Erke, zone entry. He swings wide. Gets down into the corner. Surveys. Plays the open man out top to the blue line for Smith. He says, I'm just going to play this out to the neutral zone. We're going to melt even more time off the clock. Plays his defensive partner, but Sargent turns it over. Offsides on the zone re-entry for York. And another stoppage, just 2 minutes, 35 seconds remaining in this one. Face off in front of the Edina bench. I'll keep an eye on the goal. You have to think they'll be summoning Alex Pasternak sooner rather than later. Trailing by a goal. As soon as York gets the zone, if they get a face-off in the zone, they'll probably call timeout and pull him. Decker, zone entry. Decker had that big goal, gave Edina a 2-1 lead. Circling. Pirati. 2 minutes to go, regulation. Puck thrown to the sidewall by Peacock. And now regrouping defenseman Frankenstein Carlson. Minute 53 to go in this one. And timeout called with the zone, just like I thought. They'll probably pull the goaltender. John Connolly here for the Edina Hockey Association presentation of Championship Sunday here at the Mar 47th John Reimann Tournament. Thank you for spending your Sunday afternoon with us. It's quiet, but this is the calm before the storm. There's going to be a huge celebration. If a minute 53 ticks off that clock and Edina doesn't give up a goal, they will be partying like it's 1999. On the flip, York will be throwing everything, including the kitchen sink, at Edina. They're going to pull the goaltender here, I assume, with that attacking zone face-off. It will be second to the Kentucky Derby, the most exciting 2 minutes in sports. Sullivan has been outstanding. Shots on goal have leveled out quite a bit, 23-18 right now. That means Sullivan has 21 saves. Made a save and just couldn't get the mitt down in time to cover up that rebound that led to the second goal. They actually put the goaltender in for the faceoff. Once they won the draw, they brought him to the bench. Unfortunately for York, Schaefer hopped the boards before Pasterkach made it to the door. That's an illegal substitution, not a too-many-men penalty, but an illegal substitution that results in a center ice face-off, kills the momentum. They lose the zone, and now they still have to fetch the goaltender. I've said this just about every game I've ever announced. I'm an advocate for getting the goaltender out when you've got that attacking zone face-off, because it's just so hard to get him out. And oftentimes that extra skater makes it impossible for the other team to clear the zone on the breakout. Let's try this again. He reaches the door with a minute 35, and now the sixth skater comes out for York. Breakout up the right-hand side. Chorsky pushes it along the wall. Keating in pursuit. Chorsky trying to get the puck settled. Instead, they say offsides. 1 minute, 24 seconds remaining. And an offsides whistle. Face-off coming in front of the York bench. Goaltender going back in the net again. And you can see it's been difficult for York post-timeout to get any traction. We're down to 1 minute, 24 seconds. Face-off in front of their bench is controlled by York. Little D to D, and they turn up ice. Short pass, they gain the red line and push it all the way down. Goaltender heads to the bench for the third time. He hits the door. And the linesman there to make sure no early substitution. And with an empty net, Smith firing toward that open goal. Gets knocked down before it reached the blue line. Zone held. Petorelli. Puck bounces high into the air. Edina desperately trying to clear the zone. We've got 55 seconds to go. Shot comes in. That's knocked down by defenseman Sargent. And Keating trying to clear it outside the zone. Zone entry. Zone re-entry here. Putting on the brakes is Schaefer. He plays a pass. Petorelli to the blue line. Oh, the deflection came in, knocked the puck down, and it dribbled just wide. 30 seconds to go. Chorsky can't clear the zone. This shot gets deflected. Pass into the slot area. Bouncing puck. First one submarined it. Second one got a piece of the bouncing puck, but it came in light. Sullivan managed to fight through all the traffic, get the pounce, and now we've got a face-off with just 18 seconds remaining. I don't think you're going to see any Edina timeout. If they do, you're just resting those players for York, but lo and behold, a second. So both teams have now burned their timeout. We've got 18.1 seconds remaining on the board, and a very exciting conclusion upcoming. I'll give you a scoring summary. First goal scored, Edina Sargent got a shot through, assist Hinnenkamp. The answering back was Mitch Fafinski, getting York on the board. It was 1-1. Decker took a shot, followed his own rebound, hit him in the leg, and dribbled into the corner, assisted by Roman Hinnenkamp. Edina taking a 3-1 lead. That goal was Knowles from Chorsky, shorthanded. Bing bang, Chorsky won the battle along the wall, sent it into the slot, and Knowles right up under the bar.